What if I told you that the difference between a struggling trader and a consistently profitable one isn't about finding the perfect strategy or having insider information? It's about something much more fundamental, your mindset. Today, we're going to explore the mental game of trading, and I guarantee that by the end of this video, you'll understand why so many technically skilled traders fail while others with simpler approaches succeed consistently. If you have ever felt frustrated after a bad trade, found yourself hesitating at the last moment, or let emotions take complete control of your trading decisions, then you are definitely not alone. Trading is not just about understanding charts, indicators, and strategies. It is about mastering your mindset, and that is exactly what the mental game of trading by Tenler is all about. No matter how good your technical skills are, if you cannot control your emotions and make rational decisions under pressure, you will struggle to succeed in the market consistently. Tenler is not just another trading coach. He has worked with professional traders, elite poker players, and top athletes, helping them develop the mental toughness needed to perform at the highest level. He reveals a proven step-by-step system to help traders overcome fear, greed, overconfidence, tilt, and every mental roadblock that gets in the way of success. This is not about quick fixes or motivational talk. It is about understanding the root causes of your mistakes, mapping your emotional patterns, and systematically training your mind to make better trading decisions. If you want to take your trading to the next level, eliminate self-doubt, and build unshakable confidence, then stay tuned, because in this video, we are going to break down the most important lessons from this book in a simple, practical, and easy-to-apply way. And if you find this valuable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to Trading Psychology Shift. Now, let's get started. Our first key concept focuses on developing a system to fix mental game problems. When it comes to trading, most people think success is all about strategy, finding the perfect entry and exit points, analyzing charts, and managing risk. But the real game changer is your mindset. No matter how great your strategy is, if your emotions take control, you'll struggle to be consistent. That's exactly why this book dives deep into the mental game of trading, and it starts with understanding how your emotions aren't the enemy. Emotions aren't evil or something to be feared. They are signals to use and learn from. Most traders try to suppress their emotions completely. They think fear, greed, and frustration are distractions that need to be ignored or eliminated entirely. But here's the truth. Your emotions are signals. They are trying to tell you something important, and if you learn to listen to them properly, they can actually help you improve your trading performance. Think about it like this. If you touch a hot stove, your body instantly reacts by pulling your hand away before you even realize what's happening. That reaction is a signal, a warning system designed to prevent damage. In the same way, emotions like fear, hesitation, or overconfidence are signals telling you something about your trading behavior. Ignoring them won't make them go away. It will just delay the lesson you need to learn. For example, if you feel fear before placing a trade, it might not be irrational at all. It could be a sign that you're risking too much money or that you're not confident in your strategy. Instead of pushing that fear aside, you need to ask yourself, what is this emotion trying to tell me? Or maybe you find yourself getting frustrated after a losing trade. Instead of just being angry, dig deeper. What caused that frustration? Was it because you ignored your trading plan? Did you take a trade out of boredom? These emotional responses are like road signs, pointing you to areas that need improvement. The problem isn't the emotions themselves. It's how traders handle them. Most people either bottle them up until they explode or let them dictate their actions in the heat of the moment. Both of these approaches lead to inconsistent performance. So what's the solution? You need a system to handle emotions correctly. Why you need a systematic approach is simple. The best traders in the world don't just rely on willpower to control their emotions. They have a system, and that's exactly what this book is going to teach you. A system helps you in several important ways. First, it helps you recognize emotional patterns. Instead of reacting impulsively, you start identifying the signals your emotions are sending. Second, it helps you fix the root cause. Instead of just managing symptoms like taking deep breaths to calm yourself, you solve the actual problem causing the emotional reaction. Third, It helps you create a structured approach. You develop rules and strategies to handle emotions before they become a problem. Think of it like this. If a trader keeps making impulsive trades after a loss, it's not just about controlling their emotions. The real issue is the underlying reason why they feel the urge to chase losses. A proper system helps uncover and fix that root cause. Tendler, the author, has worked with professional poker players, athletes, and traders, and he's seen firsthand that a strong mental game isn't just about discipline. It's about having the right tools to correct emotional mistakes. This book is designed to give you those tools. What's next? Now that you understand why emotions matter and why a system is necessary, the next step is learning how to actually build this system. The upcoming chapters will break down the process, helping you identify your specific weaknesses and giving you the tools to overcome them. This is not about motivation or quick fixes. It's about developing a structured approach to mental toughness so you can trade with confidence, discipline, and consistency no matter what the market throws at you. Now let's explore our second important concept, which focuses on how to map your emotional patterns. If you want to improve your mental game in trading, the first step is to understand your emotional patterns clearly. Every trader has their own triggers, specific moments when emotions take over and decision-making gets clouded. The key isn't to suppress these emotions completely, but to recognize them, track them carefully, and learn from them. That's exactly what this section focuses on, mapping out your emotional patterns so you can take control before they control you. Understanding emotions as signals is crucial. Most traders assume that emotions like fear, frustration, or overconfidence are problems to be eliminated completely. But in reality, emotions are signals. They're trying to tell you something important about your trading behavior, just like pain tells you that something is wrong with your body. For example, if you constantly feel anxious before placing a trade, that's a signal. Maybe you're unsure about your strategy, or maybe you're risking more money than you're comfortable with. If you feel overconfident after a winning streak, that's another signal. It might mean you're about to take unnecessary risks. The problem is that most traders don't analyze these emotions properly. They just react to them automatically. That's why mapping your pattern is so important. It helps you take a step back and see the bigger picture, where these emotions come from, how they affect your trading, and what you can do about them. Creating the emotional map requires you to start tracking your emotional responses before, during, and after trades. Think of it as a mental blueprint that shows how your emotions evolve in different trading situations. Here's how you do it. First, identify your triggers. What situations cause emotional reactions? Do you feel fear before entering a trade? Do you get frustrated after a loss? Do you become reckless after a win? Second, track emotional responses. What do you feel in these moments? Anxiety, excitement, frustration, regret? How does that emotion affect your decision-making? Do you hesitate, take revenge trades, or abandon your strategy? Third, look for patterns. Are there consistent emotions that show up in certain situations? Do you always feel overconfident after 3 winning trades? Do you always feel regret after exiting too early? By writing these things down, you start seeing patterns you never noticed before. And once you see them clearly, you can start fixing them systematically. Let me give you an example with 2 different types of traders. Let's say 2 traders are struggling, but in very different ways. Trader A is the hesitant trader. Every time he's about to enter a trade, he freezes completely. He overanalyzes everything, doubts himself constantly, and often misses great opportunities. Trader B is the impulsive trader. The moment he sees movement in the market, he jumps in immediately. He trades too quickly without proper analysis and often regrets his decisions later. Both traders have emotional patterns that are holding them back. Trader A is stuck in fear, while Trader B is stuck in impulsiveness. Their emotions are signals warning them about deeper issues, but unless they map out their patterns clearly, they won't know how to fix them effectively. Why mapping your pattern is crucial becomes clear when you realize that, without a clear understanding of your emotional patterns, you'll keep repeating the same mistakes over and over again. But once you identify them clearly, you take away their power. Instead of reacting emotionally, you can make decisions based on logic and strategy. This chapter is all about building self-awareness. You can't fix what you don't see, and once you map your pattern accurately, you'll be one step closer to mastering the mental game of trading. Moving on to our third essential principle, which involves finding the root of your problem. Understanding your emotional patterns is just the first step. If you truly want to fix your mental game, you need to go deeper to the root cause of your trading struggles. Most traders only focus on surface-level issues like feeling frustrated after a loss or being hesitant before entering a trade. But these emotions aren't the real problem. They're just symptoms of something much deeper. This section focuses on identifying those deeper issues, avoiding common learning mistakes, and using a powerful concept called the Inchworm concept to break bad habits and accelerate your progress. Common learning pitfalls show us that most traders approach self-improvement in a way that actually slows them down. They focus too much on one of two extremes. First, they obsess over strengths. Some traders think that if they just refine what they're already good at, they'll automatically become better. They avoid dealing with weaknesses and keep reinforcing the same habits. Second, they only focus on weaknesses. Other traders constantly beat themselves up over their flaws. They're so focused on fixing their mistakes that they forget to build on their strengths. Both of these approaches create imbalanced growth. If you only refine your strengths, your weaknesses will keep pulling you down. If you only focus on weaknesses, you'll lose confidence in what you do well. The key is balanced improvement, and that's where the Inchworm concept comes in. The Inchworm concept is a perfect metaphor for skill development. Imagine an inchworm moving across a surface. It stretches its front forward, then pulls its back up to meet the front. This movement is a perfect metaphor for skill development. The front end represents your best performance, your peak trading abilities. The back end represents your worst habits, your biggest mistakes, and emotional weaknesses. To improve as a trader, you need to push both ends forward, expanding your front end by refining your best skills and pulling your back end up by fixing your worst mistakes. Most traders ignore their back-end problems, things like emotional biases, discipline issues, or subconscious fears. But until these problems are addressed, they act as anchors holding you back, no matter how much your strengths improve. Uncovering what's causing your back-end problems is the next step. So how do you identify what's really holding you back? First, look at recurring mistakes. What are the most common errors in your trading? Are you cutting winners too early? Do you hesitate to enter good setups? Do you revenge trade after losses? Second, identify the emotional triggers behind those mistakes. What do you feel before making those errors? Are you anxious, overconfident, impatient? Do you feel pressure to make back losses? Third, find the deeper cause. Is it fear of failure, fear of missing out, lack of trust in your strategy, or unresolved frustration from past mistakes? For example, if you always hesitate before entering a trade, the surface-level issue might seem like, "I just need more confidence." But the deeper issue could be that you have unresolved fear from past losses, or that you don't fully trust your strategy. If you don't address these deeper causes, the problem will keep repeating itself. That's why traders often feel stuck in cycles of making the same mistakes. Why this matters becomes clear when you realize that if you only try to fix your mistakes at the surface level, you're just treating symptoms, not curing the real problem. But once you understand what's truly holding you back, you free yourself from emotional barriers and start making consistent progress. Next, let's explore our fourth critical concept: understanding and controlling greed. Greed is one of the most dangerous emotions in trading. It can make you overtrade, take excessive risks, hold on to winners for too long, and ignore your strategy altogether. It's the reason traders give back profits, chase unrealistic gains, and fall into destructive cycles. But here's the thing: greed isn't just about wanting more money. It runs much deeper, and to truly fix greed, you need to understand its nature, recognize when it's controlling your decisions, and uncover the real reason behind it. The nature of greed shows us that most traders think of greed as simple overexcitement about making money, but in reality, greed is a symptom of deeper emotional and psychological patterns. Greed is driven by several factors: a desire for certainty, where you want to guarantee that your trade will work out, so you keep pushing for more. Fear of missing out, where you see the market moving and feel the need to jump in even when it's not part of your plan. A need for validation, where a big win makes you feel like you're good at trading, so you chase more wins to keep that feeling alive. And the illusion of control, where when you're making money, you feel like you have full control over the market, even though the market is completely unpredictable. Greed isn't just about wanting more money. It's about the emotions behind that desire. If you don't address these emotional triggers, greed will always find a way to creep back into your trading. Common signs of greed show that greed can show up in different ways, and many traders don't even realize it's affecting them. Here are some common signs. First, overtrading, where you keep taking trades even when there's no valid setup because you want to make more money. You might have hit your daily target, but instead of stopping, you keep going, thinking, wait, just one more trade. Second, holding on to winning trades for too long. Instead of following your exit plan, you keep holding a trade because you believe it will go even higher. You ignore warning signs, hoping for bigger profits, but end up watching a winning trade turn into a losing one. Third, ignoring your trading plan. You have rules, but when greed takes over, you break them. Maybe you normally risk 1% per trade, but after a few wins, you start increasing your position size, thinking, I'm on fire, nothing can stop me. Fourth, revenge trading after a loss. Instead of stepping back, you take bigger risks to make the money back quickly. This is greed disguised as desperation. Fifth, unrealistic expectations. You start expecting every trade to be a big winner. When a trade moves in your favor, you feel entitled to huge profits, and when it doesn't, you get frustrated. If any of these sound familiar, greed is likely playing a big role in your trading. But recognizing these patterns is only the first step. To truly fix greed, you need to map out how it affects you personally. Mapping your greed is essential because just like with fear and frustration, the best way to take control of greed is to track and analyze it. Every trader's greed looks different, so you need to understand how it specifically affects you. Here's how to map your greed. First, identify when greed shows up. Do you feel greedy after a winning streak? Does it kick in when you see a strong market move? Does it happen when you're trying to recover from a loss? Second, track your thoughts and emotions. What goes through your mind when you start overtrading? Do you feel unstoppable, overconfident, desperate? Are you ignoring risk because you feel lucky? Third, look for recurring patterns. Do you always overtrade after a big win? Do you start increasing your position size after a few successful trades? Are you constantly changing your profit target mid-trade? By mapping out these patterns, you start to see the emotional triggers behind your greed. Once you recognize them, you can develop strategies to stop them before they take over. The real cause of greed goes deeper than most people realize. Greed isn't just about wanting more money. It's about deeper psychological needs that drive your decisions. Here are some common root causes of greed in trading. First, a scarcity mindset. If you grew up believing money is hard to come by, you might feel the urge to grab as much as possible whenever you see an opportunity. This makes you hold trades too long, overtrade, and take reckless risks. Second, a need for quick success. Some traders feel pressure to make money fast, maybe to prove something to themselves or others. This makes them impatient, causing them to chase trades, take oversized positions, and break their rules. Third, a dopamine addiction. Winning trades give you a rush. That thrill becomes addictive, and you start trading for the excitement, not the strategy. Fourth, an overinflated ego. If you tie your self-worth to your trading performance, greed can take over. Winning makes you feel powerful, so you keep pushing for more. But when the market humbles you, it leads to emotional crashes. Fifth, a lack of trust in your strategy. If you don't fully trust your system, you'll constantly try to maximize profits out of fear that you won't make enough later. Instead of following a structured plan, you chase every possible gain. Why this matters becomes clear when you understand that greed is one of the most destructive emotions in trading because it leads to overconfidence, recklessness, and inconsistency. But the good news is greed can be controlled if you understand where it comes from. This chapter isn't just about avoiding greed. It's about learning how to use it constructively. Wanting to make money isn't bad, but when greed takes over, it leads to poor decision-making and unnecessary losses. By recognizing the signs of greed, mapping out when it happens, and uncovering its true cause, you take away its power. Instead of letting greed control your trading, you start making decisions based on strategy, not emotion. Our fifth important principle deals with understanding and managing fear. Fear is one of the biggest obstacles in trading. It can make you hesitate, exit trades too early, avoid good setups, and even stop trading altogether. While greed pushes traders to take excessive risks, fear does the opposite. It paralyzes decision-making and makes traders act irrationally. But here's the truth. Fear itself isn't the real problem. Fear is just a signal, a response to uncertainty, risk, or past experiences. If you learn to understand where your fear comes from and how it affects your trading, you can take control of it. This chapter breaks down the different types of fear in trading, how to identify them, and what you can do to overcome them. The nature of fear shows us that fear exists for a reason. It's designed to protect you from danger. In the real world, fear helps us avoid life-threatening risks. But in trading, fear often backfires. Instead of keeping you safe, it prevents you from executing your strategy properly. Fear is triggered by several things: uncertainty, not knowing what will happen next in the market; past trauma, such as a big loss that made you doubt yourself; ego protection, fear of being wrong and damaging your self-esteem; and lack of control, because the market is unpredictable and that can be very unsettling. If left unchecked, fear limits your growth as a trader. It stops you from taking good trades, managing risk properly, and following your plan with confidence. Common signs of fear in trading show that fear isn't always obvious. Sometimes it disguises itself as caution or being careful, but in reality, it's holding you back from making the right decisions. Here are some common signs that fear is controlling your trading. First, hesitating to enter a trade. You see a perfect setup but don't take it. You wait too long for confirmation and miss the entry. You second-guess yourself, fearing a loss. Second, cutting winning trades too early. You take profits too soon because you're afraid the market will reverse. You don't let winners run, missing out on full potential gains. Third, avoiding trades after a loss. One or two bad trades shake your confidence. You start skipping good opportunities, afraid to lose again. Fourth, trading too small. You risk so little that your wins don't make an impact. You stay in comfort mode, never pushing yourself to grow. If any of these sound familiar, fear is likely dictating your trading decisions. The next step is identifying which type of fear is affecting you the most. Mapping your fear is essential because to take control of fear, you first need to understand how it affects you personally. Every trader experiences fear differently. By mapping out your fears, you can recognize the patterns and develop strategies to overcome them. Here's how to map your fear. First, identify when fear shows up. Is it before entering a trade? After a loss? When the market moves too fast? Second, track your thoughts and emotions. What goes through your mind when you hesitate? Do you feel anxious, doubtful, or uncertain? Are you worried about repeating past mistakes? Third, look for recurring patterns. Do you always struggle after a losing streak? Does fear disappear when you're winning, but return when you lose? Are you more fearful in volatile markets? Once you have a clear map of your fear, you can start breaking it down and dealing with it logically. Types of fear in trading show us that there isn't just one kind of fear in trading. Different traders struggle with different fears, and each one affects decision-making in unique ways. First, fear of missing out, or FOMO. FOMO is a mix of fear and greed. You see the market moving and you feel the urge to jump in, whether or not it's a good setup. You don't want to miss the big move, so you act impulsively. Signs of FOMO include chasing trades after they've already moved, jumping in without proper analysis, and feeling regret when you miss an opportunity. How to fix it? Remind yourself that the market always gives new opportunities. Stick to your trading plan and only take high-quality setups. If you miss a trade, analyze why and move on. Second, fear of losing. Nobody likes losing, but in trading, losses are inevitable. The problem isn't losing itself, it's how you react to it. If fear of losing controls you, you'll either avoid trades or micromanage them. Signs of fear of losing include hesitating to enter good setups, closing trades too early to lock in small profits, and feeling intense frustration after every loss. How to fix it? Accept that losing is part of trading. Focus on long-term consistency, not individual trades. Use proper risk management to make losses manageable. Third, fear of mistakes. Some traders hesitate not because they fear losing money, but because they fear making a bad decision. This is often tied to perfectionism, the belief that you must always be right. Signs of fear of mistakes include overanalyzing every trade, constantly changing strategies, trying to avoid errors, and feeling paralyzed, unable to execute decisions. How to fix it? Accept that mistakes are how you learn. Focus on improving your process, not being perfect. Review mistakes objectively, without self-judgment. Fourth, fear of failure. For many traders, trading isn't just about making money. It's about proving something to themselves or others. The fear of failure can create immense pressure, leading to emotional decision-making. Signs of fear of failure include feeling like every trade defines your success, struggling to recover from bad days, and constantly questioning whether you're cut out for trading. How to fix it? Remember that trading is a long-term journey. Failure only happens if you quit, not if you make mistakes. Shift your mindset from winning or losing to continuous learning. Why this matters becomes clear when you understand that fear can either control your trading or you can learn to control it. The key is recognizing that fear isn't the real problem. Your reaction to fear is. By understanding the different types of fear, mapping your emotional triggers, and building strategies to overcome them, you take back control of your trading mindset. Instead of making impulsive, fear-driven decisions, you start trading with confidence, discipline, and clarity. Now let's examine our sixth crucial concept, understanding and controlling tilt. Tilt is one of the most dangerous psychological states a trader can experience. It's when emotion takes over logic, leading to reckless decisions and impulsive trading. Unlike fear, which often causes hesitation, tilt pushes traders into overtrading, revenge trading, and making irrational moves. It's an aggressive reaction to frustration, losses, or even missed opportunities. Every trader experiences tilt at some point. The key is recognizing when it happens and learning how to manage it before it destroys your account. This chapter dives into the different types of tilt, how to identify them, and how to prevent them from sabotaging your trading. The nature of tilt shows us that tilt comes from emotional overload. It usually starts with a small mistake, a frustrating loss, or a bad market condition. Instead of accepting it and moving on, emotions take control. You feel the need to make it back or prove something to yourself. This leads to rushed decisions, excessive risk-taking, and complete loss of discipline. Tilt can be triggered by several things: a bad beat, when a good trade goes wrong due to random market movement; multiple losses in a row, feeling like the market is against you; missed opportunities, seeing a trade go exactly as predicted but not being in it; frustration with yourself, making a mistake that you should have avoided; and ego getting hurt, feeling embarrassed or angry over a wrong decision. At its core, tilt is a trader's emotional rebellion against reality. The market doesn't care about past losses, but when on tilt, traders act like it does, leading to irrational, high-risk behavior. Common signs of tilt show that tilt isn't always obvious in the moment. It creeps in slowly, building up over time. Some traders feel a rush of anger, while others might not even realize they're on tilt until it's too late. Here's how you can spot it before it causes serious damage. First, overtrading, jumping into trades without a setup or confirmation, taking way more trades than usual, feeling an urge to trade just for the sake of trading. Second, revenge trading, trying to win back losses by taking bigger risks, entering a trade right after a losing one without proper analysis, increasing position sizes out of frustration. Third, ignoring your trading plan, breaking rules you normally follow, changing strategies impulsively, thinking, "I just need to get this one win back." Fourth, emotional outbursts. Feeling angry at the market, yourself, or your setup. Blaming external factors like news, brokers, or algorithms. Slamming your desk, cursing, or feeling intense frustration. Fifth, holding on to losing trades, refusing to close a bad trade, hoping it will turn around, moving stop losses further away instead of taking the loss, thinking it has to come back. If you recognize these signs, tilt is already affecting your trading. The next step is figuring out which type of tilt you struggle with most. Mapping your tilt is crucial because just like fear, tilt follows a pattern. It doesn't happen randomly. It's triggered by specific events. By mapping your tilt, you can identify what causes it, when it happens, and how to stop it before it spirals out of control. Steps to map your tilt. First, identify your triggers. What events or situations push you into tilt mode? Is it a string of losses? A missed trade? A dumb mistake? Write down the moments when you feel tilt coming on. Second, track your emotional reactions. Do you feel anger, frustration, regret, or panic? Do you start thinking, "I'll show the market," or "I need to get back at this trade"? Do you feel a physical reaction, tension, fast heartbeat, or restlessness? Third, look for patterns. Does tilt happen after specific types of losses? Do you struggle more in certain market conditions? Does tilt disappear when you're winning, but return after setbacks? By recognizing the exact moments that trigger tilt, you'll be able to stop it before it takes control. Types of tilt in trading show us that tilt comes in different forms. Some traders struggle with losing streak tilt, while others get tilted by making mistakes or missing trades. Understanding which type affects you most is the first step to overcoming it. First, hating to lose. For some traders, losing feels personal. They can't accept that losses are part of the game. Instead of taking a step back, they try to force the market to give them their money back. Signs of hating to lose tilt. You refuse to accept losses and keep holding bad trades. You increase position sizes after a loss to get even. You get angry at the market and feel it's unfair. How to fix it? Accept that losses are normal. Even the best traders lose. Detach your ego from trading. Losses don't define you. Stick to your plan. If a trade goes wrong, move on. Move on. Second, mistake tilt. Some traders don't tilt over losses, but over self-inflicted mistakes. If they make a bad entry, exit too soon, or break a rule, they feel an overwhelming urge to fix it immediately. Signs of mistake. Tilt. Feeling intense regret after an avoidable mistake, rushing into a new trade to make up for the mistake, overanalyzing past decisions, getting stuck in your head. How to fix it? Understand that mistakes are part of learning. Keep a trading journal to review mistakes objectively. Pause and reset before taking another trade. Third, winning tilt. Surprisingly, tilt doesn't only happen after losses. Some traders go on tilt after winning. They feel invincible and start taking reckless trades. Signs of winning tilt. Feeling overconfident and increasing risk after wins, taking random trades because you think you can't lose, ignoring your plan and gambling with profits. How to fix it? Remind yourself that winning streaks don't last forever. Stick to the same strategy. Don't let confidence turn into arrogance. Take breaks after big wins to avoid emotional trading. Injustice tilt occurs when the market feels unfair. How is this even possible? I did everything right and I still lost. This market is rigged. These are the thoughts that come with injustice. Tilt, the feeling that the market is unfair, manipulated, or out to get you. What causes injustice? Tilt, losing on a perfectly executed trade because of random volatility. Getting stopped out by 1 pip before the market moves in your favor. Seeing another trader profit from a trade you were right about but exited too early. Losing multiple times in a row despite following your system. This tilt happens when you expect the market to reward you for doing things correctly, but the reality is the market doesn't care. It's an unpredictable system where even the best traders take losses. Signs you're in injustice. Tilt. You start thinking the market is against you. You feel angry at algorithms, institutions, or brokers. You start making emotional decisions instead of sticking to your system. You doubt your strategy and feel like trading is pointless. How to overcome injustice tilt. First, accept that randomness is part of the game. Even the best setups don't work 100% of the time. Second, stop seeking fairness. The market isn't fair or unfair, it's just a collection of buyers and sellers. Third, detach from individual trades. Focus on your long-term edge, not short-term outcomes. Fourth, take a break if you feel rage building up. Trading while angry leads to even worse decisions. Revenge trading is one of the most destructive forms of tilt. It happens when you try to win back losses immediately, often by doubling down, taking bigger risks, or abandoning your strategy. It's a gambler's mindset. I just need one big trade to make it back. I refuse to end the day in red. This market screwed me. I'm going to hit it back harder. This is pure emotional trading. Instead of making calculated decisions, you're making desperate bets. Signs of revenge trading: entering trades right after a loss without analysis, increasing position sizes out of frustration, trading setups you normally wouldn't take, feeling an uncontrollable urge to trade. Revenge trading can wipe out days, weeks, or even months of profits in a single session. How to stop revenge trading. First, set a loss limit per day. If you hit it, walk away. Second, force yourself to pause after a loss. Take 5 to 10 minutes before deciding on your next move. Third, stick to your plan, no exceptions. If a setup isn't there, don't trade. Fourth, think in probabilities. A single loss is meaningless in the long run if your strategy has an edge. Traders who can't control revenge trading don't last long in the market. The best traders know when to step back and reset. Entitlement tilt represents the dangerous belief that you deserve to win. Entitlement tilt happens when a trader expects to win just because they've put in the effort. Common thoughts that signal entitlement tilt: I've studied so hard, I deserve to be profitable. I've been losing for days, I'm due for a win now. I worked so much on my strategy, the market has to reward me. This mindset is dangerous because it creates false expectations. The market doesn't care how much effort you've put in. Success in trading isn't about working hard, it's about working smart and executing consistently. Signs you have entitlement tilt: you feel frustrated when you lose. Despite following your plan, you expect the market to reward your efforts. You feel emotionally crushed after losses because they feel undeserved. How to overcome entitlement tilt. First, shift from an effort-based to a results-based mindset. The market rewards skill, discipline, and execution, not effort alone. Second, detach from expectations. Every trade is just a probability. There's no guarantee of success, no matter how much you prepare. Third, embrace losses as part of the game. Even the best strategies have losing streaks. Your job is to manage risk and stay consistent. Fourth, stay humble. Just because you think you know what the market will do doesn't mean you're right. Always respect risk. How to control tilt before it controls you becomes essential when you understand that tilt is dangerous because it creates a cycle of bad decisions. One mistake leads to emotional trading, which leads to more mistakes. Breaking this cycle requires self-awareness and discipline. First, use a tilt check before every trade. Before entering a trade, ask yourself, am I calm and focused? Am I trading my strategy or my emotions? Am I trying to win back losses? If you answer yes to emotional trading, step away before making a decision. Second, take breaks after losses. When tilt kicks in, the best thing you can do is walk away. Taking a break for 10 to 15 minutes can reset your mindset and stop impulsive decisions. Third, keep a trading journal. Write down when and why you go on tilt. Over time, you'll see patterns and learn to avoid emotional triggers. Fourth, set hard rules for yourself. Limit your daily losses. If you hit your max loss, stop trading. Stick to your trading plan, no exceptions. If you feel emotional, step away. The market isn't going anywhere. Our seventh fundamental principle focuses on building confidence, which is the foundation of consistent trading. Confidence is one of the most misunderstood aspects of trading psychology. Many traders assume that confidence means feeling good about their trades or believing they will win. But real trading confidence is not about certainty, it's about stability. In this chapter, we break down what true confidence looks like in trading, the dangers of overconfidence and lack of confidence, how cognitive biases distort confidence and lead to poor decisions, and how to develop stable confidence that isn't dependent on short-term results. The nature of confidence in trading shows us that confidence isn't just about believing in yourself. It's about trusting your process, strategy, and ability to execute. A confident trader doesn't get shaken by individual wins or losses. They understand that trading is a probability game, and their success depends on long-term execution, not short-term emotions. However, many traders struggle with either too much confidence or not enough. Both extremes can destroy a trading career. The dangers of overconfidence show that overconfidence is one of the most dangerous psychological traps in trading. It creates a false sense of certainty, leading traders to take excessive risks and ignore red flags. Common signs of overconfidence: taking larger than usual positions after a winning streak, ignoring stop losses because you know the trade will work out, believing you've figured out the market and don't need to improve, feeling invincible after a series of wins, entering trades without proper analysis because of past success. How overconfidence develops. Overconfidence typically builds after a strong winning streak. You start to believe you're in full control of the market, and your risk tolerance expands without you realizing it. The problem? Markets are unpredictable. The moment you let your guard down, the market punishes you. How to fix overconfidence. First, limit position sizes even after a winning streak. Second, remind yourself that variance is real. Even great traders lose. Third, keep a trading journal to track your thought process. Fourth, stick to your rules regardless of how confident you feel. Overconfidence blinds traders to risk. If you don't keep it in check, it will lead to massive losses. The dangers of lack of confidence show that while overconfidence leads to recklessness, lack of confidence leads to hesitation and self-doubt. You become afraid to pull the trigger, constantly second-guessing your decisions. Common signs of lack of confidence: hesitating to enter good trades because of fear, exiting too early, afraid the trade will turn against you, feeling paralyzed after a losing streak, constantly seeking external validation from others before making a trade, avoiding risk entirely, leading to missed opportunities. How lack of confidence develops. This usually happens after a series of losses. You start questioning your strategy, doubting your skills, and fearing that every trade will go against you. How to fix lack of confidence. First, focus on execution, not results. Confidence comes from consistently following your plan, not from winning trades. Second, lower your position sizes if fear is stopping you from entering trades. Third, use positive reinforcement. When you follow your rules, reward yourself even if the trade loses. Fourth, detach from short-term results. A single trade is meaningless in the long run. Confidence isn't about being right. It's about being disciplined and consistent. The key to stable confidence shows that the ultimate goal is to develop stable confidence, a mindset that is unaffected by short-term outcomes. Stable confidence means trusting your strategy even after a losing streak, entering trades without hesitation when your setup appears, staying objective, not getting too high on wins or too low on losses, accepting that losses are part of the game. A trader with stable confidence makes decisions based on logic and discipline, not emotions. How to build stable confidence. First, journal every trade. This helps separate emotion from execution. Second, review past successes and failures. Learn from them without attachment. Third, develop a confidence routine. Have a pre-trade checklist to reinforce discipline. Fourth, focus on long-term results. Don't let a single trade define your confidence. The best traders in the world don't win every trade. They win because they remain confident even when things go wrong. Correcting cognitive illusions and biases is important because confidence is often distorted by cognitive biases, mental shortcuts that lead to false assumptions. These biases make traders overestimate their skill or underestimate risks. Here are some of the biggest biases that destroy confidence. First, perfectionism, the need to always be right, believing every trade should be perfect, feeling crushed after a single mistake, constantly tweaking your strategy because of one bad trade. Fix. Accept that losing is part of trading. Perfection doesn't exist. Focus on execution, not perfection. Second, desperation, the need to recover losses quickly, feeling pressured to make money fast, taking low-quality trades just to make something back, overtrading after a bad day. Fix. Trading isn't about making money quickly, it's about consistency over time. If you're desperate, step away and reset. Third, hope and wishing, ignoring reality, holding on to losing trades, hoping they will turn around, avoiding stop losses because it might reverse, ignoring red flags in the market because you want the trade to work. Fix. The market doesn't care what you hope will happen. Make decisions based on data, not emotions. Moving on to our eighth essential principle, discipline, which is the key to long-term trading success. Discipline is the foundation of every successful trader. Without it, even the best strategy falls apart. Many traders know what they should be doing, sticking to their plan, managing risk, avoiding impulsive trades. But knowing and doing are two different things. In this chapter, we'll break down why discipline matters in trading, common signs of discipline problems and their root causes, practical strategies to improve discipline, and how to map where your discipline is weakest and strengthen it. The nature of discipline in trading shows us that discipline isn't about being rigid or controlling emotions completely. It's about building a system that keeps you consistent even when emotions arise. A disciplined trader follows rules instead of making decisions based on feelings, sticks to their trading plan even when tempted to deviate, manages risk and position sizes properly, avoids revenge trading after a loss, takes profits and stop losses at predetermined levels, follows a structured routine to stay focused. A lack of discipline doesn't always show up as recklessness. Sometimes it appears as hesitation, self-doubt, or overanalyzing. Understanding where your discipline breaks down is the first step to fixing it. Common signs of discipline problems show that many traders don't realize their lack of discipline until it starts costing them money. Here are the most common ways that discipline issues actually show up in your trading. The first major discipline problem is impatience. This shows up in several ways. You feel the need for immediate results, which leads you to enter trades before a proper setup appears. You might also find yourself closing winning trades too early because you're afraid they might turn against you. Or you might start overtrading simply because you feel like you need to be doing something in the market. The fix for this impatience is straightforward, but it requires consistent practice. You need to train yourself to wait patiently for high-quality trading setups. Instead of staring at the screen all day, which can create unnecessary pressure and make you want to act, set up alerts for when your setups appear. Most importantly, keep reminding yourself that patience leads to much better trading opportunities. And remember that the market will always provide new chances to trade when the time is right. The second discipline problem is boredom, which leads to trading for the sake of trading rather than following your strategy. This manifests as entering random trades just to be in the market, looking for action instead of following your plan, or forcing trades when there's no real opportunity present. To fix this issue, you need to change your approach. If no good setups exist, simply walk away from the screen. Develop a structured daily routine so boredom doesn't lead to bad trading decisions. Remember to focus on quality over quantity because in trading, less is often more. Moving to the third issue, which is being overly results-oriented. This happens when you focus on money rather than process, letting winning streaks make you reckless, letting losing streaks make you hesitant, or judging your performance by daily profit and loss instead of execution quality. The solution requires a fundamental mindset shift. Change your focus to long-term consistency rather than short-term gains. Grade yourself based on following your plan, not just making money. Track important metrics like trade execution quality, emotional control, and discipline adherence, rather than just profits and losses. The fourth discipline challenge is distractibility, where you lose focus easily during trading hours. This shows up as checking social media, news, or emails during market hours, jumping between strategies without testing them properly, or multitasking instead of being fully engaged in trading. To overcome this, you need to create the right environment. Establish a distraction-free trading environment where you can focus completely. Set specific trading hours and block all distractions during those times. Use checklists to keep yourself focused on what matters most for your trading success. Our fifth discipline issue is laziness, which involves avoiding the hard work that successful trading requires. This appears as not journaling or reviewing trades, skipping analysis and relying on gut feelings instead, or expecting quick success without putting in the necessary effort. The fix requires commitment to the process. Make a commitment to a daily trading review routine where you analyze your performance. Set small, achievable goals for constant improvement rather than trying to change everything at once. Develop a growth mindset and remember that the best traders work the hardest and are constantly improving their skills. Finally, the sixth discipline problem is procrastination, which means delaying important tasks that could improve your trading. This includes avoiding backtesting or refining your strategy, not setting risk management rules until it's too late, or ignoring performance reviews after bad trades. To overcome procrastination, you need structure and accountability. Set clear deadlines for key trading tasks and stick to them. Use accountability by telling someone your trading goals and having them check on your progress. Most importantly, remind yourself that trading is a business, not a hobby. And like any business, it requires consistent work and attention to detail. Mapping where discipline is needed shows that to fix discipline problems, you need to map where you struggle most. This means identifying what types of mistakes you repeat when discipline breaks down before, during, or after a trade, and how emotions impact your decision-making. A great tool for this is a discipline scorecard where you track, did I follow my entry-exit rules? Did I size my positions correctly? Did I stick to my max daily loss? Did I overtrade out of boredom or impatience? By tracking discipline daily, you gain awareness of your weak points and can actively work to fix them. General strategies to improve discipline include, first, pre-trade routine, have a checklist before entering trades. Second, post-trade review, evaluate mistakes and adjust accordingly. Third, accountability system. Find a trading partner or mentor. Fourth, strict risk management. Never trade without stop losses. Fifth, mindset shifts. Accept that self-control leads to success. Our ninth important principle emphasizes the process of correcting your problems, which is the path to mental game mastery. Trading mistakes don't happen randomly. They come from deeper mental patterns that need correction. Fixing them isn't about quick hacks or willpower. It's about rewiring your mental approach so that discipline, patience, and execution become second nature. In this chapter, we'll explore why the mind malfunctions under trading pressure, how to create a real-time strategy to correct mistakes as they happen, and the power of building a productive routine to sustain long-term improvement. The malfunctioning mind shows us why you keep making the same mistakes. Traders often believe their bad habits come from a lack of discipline, but in reality, they stem from flawed mental patterns. Here's how it works. First, a trigger happens, a loss, a winning streak, boredom, or excitement. Second, your mind reacts automatically. You get greedy, fearful, or impatient. Third, you take an impulsive action, enter a bad trade, hold too long, or overtrade. Fourth, you realize the mistake too late and then regret it. These patterns become ingrained habits, just like a golfer's swing or a musician's muscle memory. The brain follows the same pathways repeatedly unless you actively retrain it. Why does this happen? The brain wants immediate relief from discomfort, like FOMO or revenge trading. The emotional brain reacts faster than the rational brain, leading to impulsive decisions. Traders fail to create a system for interrupting bad habits before they take over. Real-time strategy to catch mistakes before they cost you shows that the key to fixing trading mistakes is noticing them in real time before they damage your account. Most traders reflect on their errors after losing money. That's too late. Here's a step-by-step strategy to interrupt bad habits the moment they start. Step 1. Recognize your triggers before they control you. Every trader has specific triggers that lead to mistakes. These could be a loss that makes you want to chase trades, a win that makes you overconfident, or boredom that makes you take low-quality setups. To fix this, keep a trigger journal where you write down what happened before your mistake, what emotions you felt, and what decision you made. Over time, you'll see patterns, and once you spot them, you can start breaking them. Step 2. Pause and reset. The moment you feel a trigger coming on, take a 5-second pause before making any decision. This stops the automatic reaction and gives your rational brain a chance to take over. Say it out loud. I feel FOMO. My plan says not to enter yet. Take a deep breath. Slowing down prevents impulsive trading. Step away if needed. A short break can reset your mental state. Step 3. Use a real-time correction plan. Once you've paused, follow a pre-planned correction strategy based on the mistake you're about to make. If you're about to overtrade, ask yourself, is this a trade I would take on my best day? If you feel FOMO, remind yourself, missing a trade is better than taking a bad one. If you're about to hold a losing trade too long, say, small losses are part of the game. By practicing this, you retrain your brain to stop reacting emotionally and instead make controlled decisions. Building a productive routine is the secret to long-term success. Good trading isn't just about skill, it's about preparing your mind every day. The best traders don't rely on motivation, they build routines that make success automatic. First, pre-trading routine. Set the right mindset. A strong pre-market routine prevents mistakes before they happen. Before you start trading, do this. Review your trade plan. Know exactly what setups you're looking for. Visualize executing your strategy perfectly. Mental rehearsal improves focus. Identify emotional risks. Are you feeling too confident? Too hesitant? Set daily goals. Example, today I will follow my plan and avoid impulse trades. This routine primes your brain to trade rationally instead of emotionally. Second, during trading routine, stay in control. While trading, use a structured approach to keep emotion in check. Check your state of mind before entering trades. Are you calm or feeling rushed? Write down reasons for every trade. If you can't justify it, don't take it. Take breaks between trades. A short pause prevents overtrading. Use a mantra. Example, trade well, not often. Third, post-trading routine. Review and adjust. Most traders fail to improve because they don't analyze their performance properly. After every trading session, journal your trades, not just what you did, but why you did it. Identify emotional mistakes. What triggered them? How will you fix them? Celebrate discipline, not just profits. Even a losing day is a success if you followed your plan. Plan for tomorrow. What adjustments will you make based on today's performance? A consistent review process allows you to make steady improvements and avoid repeating mistakes. Finally, our 10th principle addresses troubleshooting a lack of progress and understanding why you might feel stuck and how to fix it. Making progress in trading isn't a straight line. There will be times when you feel stuck, frustrated, or even like you're going backward. That's completely normal, but if you don't handle these roadblocks properly, you risk getting discouraged, burning out, or even quitting altogether. This chapter breaks down why recognizing your trading patterns can be difficult, why improvement sometimes feels like things are getting worse, how to handle burnout and mental exhaustion, and how to separate personal life stress from your trading performance. Difficulty recognizing your pattern shows us why you miss what's holding you back. One of the biggest reasons traders struggle to improve is that they can't clearly see their own patterns. You might think you're making random mistakes, but in reality, your errors follow a predictable cycle. Why is it so hard to recognize your pattern? You're too close to the problem. When you're in the middle of a trade, emotions take over, making it difficult to notice recurring behaviors. You focus too much on short-term results. A few winning trades can make you overlook deeper issues, while a few losses can make you doubt your strategy. You rationalize mistakes instead of acknowledging a pattern. You might blame bad luck, the market, or external factors. How to spot your hidden patterns. Use a trading journal. Write down your trades and your emotions before, during, and after each one. Over time, patterns will emerge. Review past trades weekly. Take a step back and analyze your common mistakes. Look for trends. Are you consistently making the same type of errors? Record yourself trading. Sometimes watching yourself trade in real time can expose bad habits you didn't even realize you had. Ask a trading buddy or mentor. An outside perspective can often see things that you're blind to. Recognizing your patterns is the first step toward breaking them. If you ignore them, you'll keep making the same mistakes indefinitely. Things get worse before they get better, the frustration of deep change. A major reason traders quit before they improve is that fixing mental game problems often makes things feel worse at first. Why? Because awareness doesn't equal control. Imagine trying to fix your golf swing after playing the same way for years. Once you become aware of bad habits, your performance might temporarily decline as you try to correct them. The same happens in trading. Why does this happen? Your brain is resisting change. Old habits are deeply ingrained, and breaking them takes mental effort. You're thinking too much. When trying to fix something, your mind starts overanalyzing every move, making execution feel unnatural. You haven't built confidence in the new approach yet. Even though you logically know you need to change, your emotions haven't fully adapted. How to push through this stage? Accept that it's part of the process. If you expect frustration, you won't panic when it happens. Stay patient and trust the work. Keep tracking your progress even if it feels slow. Improvement compounds over time. Remind yourself why you're doing this. Every great trader has gone through this phase. It's a necessary step toward mastery. The traders who succeed are the ones who keep going even when progress feels invisible. Burnout, when the mental load becomes too much. Trading is mentally exhausting. When you're constantly dealing with stress, uncertainty, and emotional highs and lows, burnout can sneak up on you. Common signs of burnout in traders: you feel mentally drained before the market even opens. You start making careless mistakes you wouldn't normally make. You feel frustrated or even resentful toward trading. You stop enjoying the process and only focus on results. Burnout doesn't just happen from trading losses. Even traders who are doing well can experience mental exhaustion if they push themselves too hard. How to recover from burnout? Take a break. Sometimes stepping away for a few days or even weeks is the best thing you can do. Reduce screen time. If you're constantly watching charts, your brain never gets a break. Set specific times to check the market instead. Adjust your expectations. You don't need to trade every day to be successful. Focus on quality over quantity. Do something completely unrelated to trading, exercise, hobbies, or social activities can help reset your mental state. Burnout is real, and ignoring it can destroy your trading performance. Learn to recognize when you're mentally exhausted and prioritize recovery before you crash completely. Bloated brain, when too much information overwhelms you. A common problem traders face is information overload, trying to process so much data that their brain becomes paralyzed. Symptoms of a bloated brain: you constantly jump from one strategy to another. You second-guess yourself on every trade. You feel overwhelmed by market news, indicators, and analysis. You struggle to make decisions quickly. Traders often believe that more knowledge equals better results, but in reality, too much information can create confusion and hesitation. How to fix it? Simplify your trading strategy. Focus on one or two core setups instead of trying to master everything. Trust your process. Stick to your system instead of constantly looking for better methods. Limit your information intake. Stop consuming unnecessary news, indicators, or opinions that don't directly help your trading. Focus on execution, not endless learning. Knowledge is useless if you don't apply it consistently. Your brain can only process so much at once. If you overload it, you'll struggle to make clear, confident trading decisions. When life bleeds into trading, separating personal problems from market performance, one of the biggest challenges traders face is keeping personal-like stress from affecting their trading decisions. Stress from relationships, finances, health, or other personal issues can make you more emotional in the market, increase the temptation to overtrade or force trades, make it harder to focus and stay disciplined. How to keep personal life from sabotaging your trading? Recognize when you're emotionally compromised. If you're dealing with major personal stress, consider reducing your position sizes or even taking a break. Create a mental separation between life and trading. Have a pre-trading routine that helps you shift focus before entering the market. Be honest with yourself. If personal issues are affecting your performance, acknowledge it and adjust your trading approach accordingly. Your personal mindset directly affects your trading results. If your life is chaotic, it will show up in your trades. Managing both is key to long-term success. Final thoughts: mastering the mental game for long-term trading success. Throughout this book, We've explored the deep psychological challenges that traders face: greed, fear, overconfidence, tilt, discipline issues, and mental roadblocks that prevent growth. But the key takeaway is this: the mental game is a skill, and like any skill, it can be trained. Most traders believe that success comes from technical knowledge and strategy, but in reality, your mindset determines how well you execute your strategy. A great system won't save you if you can't control your emotions, stay disciplined, and adapt to market conditions. This book provided a structured approach to identifying, analyzing, and correcting mental game problems, but the real work starts now. Mastery isn't achieved through reading. It's built through consistent practice and self-awareness. Key lessons to remember: trading is a performance game. Just like athletes or poker players, your success depends on how well you execute under pressure. The market constantly tests your mental strength. Emotions aren't your enemy, they are signals. Instead of fighting emotions, learn to understand them. Greed, fear, and overconfidence all provide valuable insights into your weaknesses. Your trading problems have deeper causes. If you struggle with discipline, confidence, or tilt, the root cause isn't in the market, it's in your own psychology. Dig deeper to find the real source of your struggles. Patterns repeat unless you actively change them. Recognizing a mistake isn't enough. You need a system to correct it. Without structured improvement, you'll keep making the same errors. Mental toughness separates the best traders from the rest. Everyone faces setbacks, losing streaks, and self-doubt. The traders who succeed are the ones who keep going, adapt, and improve. What comes next? Applying these lessons to your trading journey. Now that you understand the mental pitfalls that hold traders back, it's time to put what you've learned into practice. Here's exactly how you can actively work on improving your mental game, step by step. The first step is to keep tracking your emotional patterns consistently. Use a trading journal to write down not just your trades, but also your emotional state before, during, and after each trade. This might seem like extra work, but it's incredibly valuable. Over time, you'll start to see patterns emerge, certain emotions that trigger mistakes, tilt, or hesitation. The key is to be honest with yourself about what you're feeling and thinking during your trading sessions. The second step is to build a structured process for fixing your weaknesses. If you know you struggle with greed, fear, or overconfidence, use the mapping techniques we discussed in earlier chapters to pinpoint the real cause behind these emotions. Treat your mental game like any other trading skill that needs development. Track your progress carefully. Adjust your approach when something isn't working, and measure your results over time. Remember, improvement in this area takes patience and consistency. The third step is to expect setbacks, but don't let them derail your progress. Mental growth isn't a straight line upward. There will be times when you feel like you're slipping backward or making the same mistakes again. This is completely normal and part of the process. The difference between a struggling trader and a successful one is resilience, the ability to stick to the process even when progress feels slow or when you're going through a difficult period. The fourth and final step is to continuously improve your decision-making process. Make it a habit to review your best and worst trades regularly. Look carefully for what went right and what went wrong in each situation. Focus on execution quality over outcome. This is crucial. Don't judge yourself based on wins or losses alone. Instead, judge yourself based on whether you followed your plan and made rational decisions based on your strategy, not your emotions. Final words: the mental edge is your true competitive advantage. In trading, everyone has access to the same charts, indicators, and market data. What separates elite traders from the rest isn't just having a good strategy, it's mental discipline, emotional control, and the ability to adapt and perform under pressure. This book has given you the tools and systems to improve your mental game, but the real question is, will you apply them? The traders who succeed are the ones who put in the mental work, tracking their weaknesses, correcting their mistakes, and constantly refining their decision-making process. If you commit to mastering your mental game, you won't just become a better trader, you'll become a stronger, more disciplined person in every area of life. We've explored the powerful lessons from Jared Tendler's The Mental Game of Trading. If you want to become a better trader, start applying these lessons today. Track your emotions. understand your patterns, and build a strong mental foundation because trading is ultimately a mental game and mastering it makes all the difference. If you found this helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to Trading Psychology Shift for more trading psychology content. Let me know in the comments which lesson resonated most with you. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.